Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen and viewers all across the country in New Zealand and Australia. It's Tuesday night, peoples. Tuesday night means Supercars NZ, means V8 Supercar race. And tonight we are round 8 and we are heading off to the bumpy old SEBRING in the US. I'm Davo. J-Man, always by my side. How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, evening, Davo. Good evening, viewers. Once again, good to be back here at Supercars NZ with the team here, ready for another ripper. We've obviously just witnessed off camera, once again, the whole pre-quali situation where we have over 30 drivers, well, over 35 drivers actually, all vying for a spot to get into what is this qualifying, which we are just into right now. And look, that's just a battle in itself to get in. We were watching one of the MATCHFIT GAMAFLARE cars out there trying to get in. He was, I think when I first looked, he was 28th, and he was 30th, and he was 31st, 32nd, and that is Phil Antoon, one of our drivers, and unfortunately had to depart and go to the Div 2 server. So look, lots of lessons out there, I'm sure, for all the drivers, but you mentioned it, it is bumpy, fantastic piece of racetrack here.
A very famous J-Man, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously 6 kilometres, 17 turns. I'm sure it's 16, but they're calling it 17. I'm sure there's a turn in there that the boys don't really notice, and they've just numbered it. But anyhow, like you mentioned, you know, welcome to all our viewers here today for what will be another fantastic round 8. We are really getting into the business end of this championship now, and
absolutely.
this qualifying is going to be very, very important. We've been here before. We've seen these things circulate around here and hard to pass. There are some hot spots on the circuit. In particular, we do see some big movers and shakers down to turn 13. So about midway through the lap, or three-quarters way through the lap, there's some good opportunities. So, yeah, definitely going to be spicy.
Definitely going to be spicy, J-Man. And look, it's sort of a weird track. Probably not a big fan of SEBRING. Pretty much zero elevation, being an old airfield, I think it was, J-Man. So very flat circuit, but on some of the old runway sections, the straightaways in through some of the corners, very, very bumpy circuit. So this will test the boys. Looks pretty simple on paper, but you try and control a Gen 3 supercar around a place like SEBRING. No mean feat, J-Man.
No, and yeah, certainly, add the bumps into what is already a grip limited scenario, and it really adds to it. So about to see some times, I think, start to come up on the totem, Dava, if you haven't already. But Andrew Dutch goes first in there. A 2-minute 3.885. It's a very, very good time. Closely followed by De Graaf. But look at that, Rian Leonard, 2:03.1. Banks a very, very quick time straight off the bat. So these guys were all trading in pre-quali. Darren Lobb, current season series leader, they're just very, very intermittently went up to P2, but Troy Stone Street is coming on strong the back end of the season here. Great performances of late, and he's just banked a very, very good time, 2:03.5. Answer to your question, Send It, I think it could have been somewhere in the vicinity between 5 and 8 drivers. I would say it was probably more the latter that headed over to Div 2 server. So unfortunate for those guys. However, performance-based really does mean that these guys got to turn up and deliver their absolute best, even in the practice / pre-quali session. And
Absolutely.
if that doesn't bring the best out of you, I don't know what does. So we'd love to see them all on track. However, performance-wise, the guys have come up with a great formula, and tonight we will see really the best of the best going at it. And like I said, business end of the championship now, Davo, it is starting to get really, really tight there.
Absolutely, J-Man. And look, the I think the current format, personally, and we obviously watched the that practice / qualifying before the 15 minutes here, and it really does encourage these boys to up their game, doesn't it? They're all vying for that top 30, and it's like it's a lot going on in that session. Absolutely. Got eyes on, I think it's Michael Gunstone there, J-Man. In this, it's actually the official South Canterbury removals car. This week's sponsor, ladies and gentlemen. And look, we might as well mention the rest of them while we're here talking about this week's sponsor, South Canterbury Removals. GAMAFLARE always behind everything MATCHFIT. If you see MATCHFIT on the screen, you know the GAMAFLARE boys have got our backs. Allports, obviously, and Supercars NZ putting on a great show again. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is going out to Sky, so welcome all those people tuning in to the delayed broadcast on Sky. G'day, guys. I think a few of the Sky viewers actually joined us on Sunday for our MATCHFIT events. Phillip Island 500, J-Man. But here we are tonight.
Yeah, very successful partnership at the moment with Face TV, Sky 83. We do appreciate the support we get from those guys as well. So once again, like you mentioned, it is going out. You can catch that if you're busy and you have to step away. Just remember that, yeah, obviously this does go live, delayed, on Sky 83 on a Saturday at around, I think 3:30, somewhere around there. I must check those details.
Yep.
But back to the pressing moment. We are halfway through this qualifying session.
We are.
Rian still got that top spot. So another car out there that rocks plenty of support for MATCHFIT and GAMAFLARE is Rian, as well as Supercars NZ. He is out there doing what he does, and we've seen since he got back, he is all business and lays down some super quick times in quali, and then has the race pace to back it up. So
Absolutely.
good stuff.
Andrew
Just
Dutt
looking there.
up there,
Yeah.
J-Man. As we always say, viewers, it's the usual suspects, isn't it, J-Man? Up the pointy end, feeling that top 10, always hard fought. Some of the best V8 supercar racers in New Zealand and Australia on track at the moment. Always provide a spectacle with 30, the quality of this 30 car field every week, week in, week out. Like J-Man mentioned, we are getting towards the pointy end of the season. We will get the points up a little bit later. We do have a very short break in between this qualifying session and the start of the race. We'll try and get through some detail there. But yes, round 8 at Sebring here tonight. Just pick it up on Roger Forbett there, one of the Misfits entries.
Yep.
Starting looking car. Boys doing a great job. Dylan Radford, Stream Auto Protection. Camaro, not a lot of Camaros. The Chevys don't get a lot of love in this series,
No.
I must say, J-Man. But stunning looking car there, Dylan Radford. Stream Auto Protections. One of our regular weekly sponsors there in Extreme Auto Protections. So look them up, guys. Look for winter tint, paint protection, rectification, all that sort of jazz. J-Man, winding down.
Yeah, starting to close the session out already. And look, no answers at this point for Rian's 2031. But still plenty of positions trading as Pete Vanderberg just banks a very good lap and sees himself go to the second row provisionally with a 2038. So good lap from Pete there. Jumped back in the car as he was on duties during the weekend with a bit of live stewarding. We do appreciate that, but man, he can pedal a supercar as good as the best.
Oh yes, absolutely, J-Man. And yeah, putting that car on the second row of the grid there at this late stage of qualifying is a classic example of that. Darren Lobb, bit of a teamie there. Couple of South Africans working together. And yeah, these guys together. What a team, J-Man.
Yeah, they do work well together, and I'm sure the dynamics behind the scenes as well is very good because they do coach each other along quite nicely.
Absolutely, as Lobb just punches that Mustang onto the front row there, puts it in second position, drops Vanderberg, his teammate, down onto the third row of the grid. So hard fought here. Time is ticking, J-Man. The race is on. It's qualifying. Hectic as ever, and actually the cameras just pick up on Shawnee McNamara in one of the GAMAFLARE cars.
Bit of a moment.
A bit of a brown moment there. Lucky it's only qualifying, Shawnee. Heath Edgar. Heath Marn. Just tipping it into one of those corners where they will feel the bumps, particularly on the exit there. There's a couple of big lumps on the way out of there, just when they're trying to feed these brutes some power. So
yeah,
tricky
you
stuff.
will see them. You will see them throughout the night rub the left-hand mirror off of these things as they tip it in through there. They cut it really tightly through there to try and give them the best run out of there, because obviously it is a fast-flowing corner. Oh, Ryan with a big moment over the curb and finds the Armco on what would be the outside. At the time, I think he was coming out.
I think
I 10, 11.
That's brutal. That's brutal.
There, yeah, so just unfortunately got that wrong. So closing down now, we've only got, what have we got? Another minute and a half.
Minute and a half or so to go,
run on
James.
this one. A few cars parked it already, Davo. They've probably convinced themselves they've done enough, or that's the best that they've got for a one-lap qualifying, or a situation where they maybe just feel like that's it, go and fuel the car up, get ready for race mode, and think about how they're going to attack that. Obviously, minimum 2 tyre stop here, and the cars are quite fuel sensitive as well, and a relatively big lap. They're going to burn up some good amounts of jungle juice in this one.
Absolutely. Rian still out on track, J-Man, Darren Lobb.
Yeah, I see that.
Dutchie's still out on track as well. Just coming out of the final corner there. Gunston in the South Canterbury removals. Mustang there. Across the line again. Remains in 6th position. About 25 seconds to go here, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, on the timer there. Top left. Qualifying session. Robbie Bradbury still out on track, as is Leon Fox in another of the Chevys. And like I mentioned, Lobb just running down the back straight there to finish things off. We are just going to quickly remind everybody and welcome to the Channel 83 Sky viewers. This is a delayed broadcast over there, so welcome aboard. And the rest of our sponsors, J-Man, as you can see, most of them listed there, right on the banner there. But of course, GAMAFLARE, an integral part to keeping this ball rolling here. So big thanks to those guys. And of course, you have joined us here tonight for round 8 in the Allports, the Supercars NZ Allports V8 Supercar Series. Ladies and gentlemen, just let me wrap my tongue around that.
Yeah, it's quite the mouthful.
Plenty going on. Qualifying just wrapped up. You can see, I think we can just quickly show you top 10 results there. Leonage, Lobb, Dutch, Stone Street, Vandenberg, Gunston, Forbett, De Graaf, Jones and Mackenzie.
Yeah, it's stacked top 10 for sure. It's going to be a pretty busy start to this one.
Pretty busy, to say the least, J-Man. To say the least, ladies and gentlemen, as the time is already ticking. Cars on the grid. Like I mentioned, it's round 8 here in the Allports V8 Supercar Series for SCNZ. SEBRING, Davey and J-Man on the mics. We are about to go green, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up. It's going to be a cracker. First heat race, short and sweet, 15 minutes. There's no time to take a breath for these boys. It will be on, and here we go.
Good start for Rian. He's going to cover the inside down into 1 with not a lot of pressure. However, you can see them fan out already. Do they get through safely here? Hard enough to get through here on your own, viewers, but to go 2 abreast on a cold tyre. Lots of challenge straight away from Darren Lobb. And also Troy Stone Street on Andrew Dutch. And, oh, that's actually just put him offline. Actually, it was a little further back. I think that might have been Vandenberg and Gunston.
busy, J-Man. Rian trying to get a bit of a stretch from Lob immediately, but look in the background here. Back on the back.
Lob down the inside. He's going to have a crack here. He's gone full attack mode straight away. Cheered the front row, and now they're side by side. And he squeezes him down to the right-hander here, which is up at turn 10. Come out of 11. Cars will start getting the flow on here once they exit this sharp right-hander of 13. They'll get to really unleash all 650 plus horsepower of these things through the kink at 14.
And it's a tricky little series of corners there as they dive onto the back straight here. J-Man, it really is there to slow them down, but very awkward, little off camber. And it's SEBRING, so it's bumpy. But here we go. Oh, covering from Lob.
Straight away. Rian just opting to use a little bit more exit curb and increase the throttle zone coming out of turn 15 then. Sorry, 14.
Front row seat for Andrew Dutch, J-Man, as we just get off the roof cam of Dutchy's car here and into one. Rian just gets out.
Oh, sweeps around the outside.
Ooh.
What a battle.
So a little bit of hip and shoulder in the background there as that was all unfolding, and Lob putting that pressure on Rian immediately. J-Man getting that move done, a smart move from Lob. We will just back here, we'll get a quick replay of what was going on in the background while that was going on up the front there. I think it was I'm not sure. A couple of them are there. Was a few out the grass and in the fence, and all back on track and pointing in the right direction. And that's what's important.
Jono Gibson just had a moment as well, so he's lost a couple of positions.
That's still on, actually, J-Man, as the cameras just flick over there. So, yeah, plenty of pressure. And look, this just even that, like, couple of little apexes there side by side from the two of them allows the drivers behind just a bunch even more. It becomes even more intense and hectic. The pressure builds from one corner to the next. And what a train of cars.
Oh, the run that Rian gets.
Second lap in. There's a lot going on back here in the mid-pack.
The run that Rian gets off of 16 is very, very good. And you can look, he's gone to the outside. I'm not sure whether Lob will give that away, but these guys are trading.
Good look.
Dutchy's in the box seat here. If anything goes untoward, he is absolutely going to capitalise on this. And these guys are ragging these things right now.
Again, I think we'll get out of the top of... again, now...
Yep.
Well and truly tucked up underneath of Rian's wing there. Rian with a big slip there. That's that bump on the exit of one there, J-Man. Just trying to
think about it.
Man, they just so want to get the feet on the throttle there, and they want it on loud as they run up to two. Big flick there from Leonard. J-Man, exciting stuff.
Yeah, so what was that? Maybe 666. Sounds like Jono Gibson. There was a race control call there. I'm not sure. Maybe there was a little bit of just something to unpack there, but wow, he is in the thick of it too, Jono Gibson. And then that is Dane Nosdurf and Daryl Callahan as well, that was having a big look down there.
Hey, look,
it was up to turn 7, heavy braking zone, and they sorted it out, but man, it was tight.
Look at that trainer car. My God, we admittedly we are only 3 laps in. Oh yeah, we got Lob and Rihanna at it again.
Yeah, beautiful piece of driving. Rian fired it down the inside. Lob gave him the space. Dutchy's
He's on his case.
to have his slice at it. Now, also, Troy Stone Street's joined the party as well. So,
Well, I don't think he actually ever left it. He was just hanging there that whole time, just waiting for it. He could see what was unfolding in front of him. Get a quick replay on that pass there. Rian down on lob there, like you said, just got the overlap. Really did push. Look at the drift from lob. Again, trying to pick up that throttle as quick as possible and as heavy as possible. Great pass. Great racing, J-Man.
oh yeah, and look, I get the feeling that certainly this front four are going to do this for the next.
What is it? It's not even 10 minutes.
Yeah, so this is a sprint race. This is going to set the grid for the feature race. Obviously, reverse top 15. So likelihood that you'll see more of this going on in race 2 with this quad that are out there battling right at the moment. And look, Pete Vanderberg isn't that far away from this. So the longer these guys battle, all was almost synchronized sideways there. It was like an expression session.
Nice,
as they
nice.
just came out.
We love a bit of drift.
Turn 5. Yep.
Just see in the back there, back a shot there. That's Gunston.
Oh, and who was that? Was that
In between Vandenberg and Forbert.
Yeah, sorry, Dutch there with the moments just gone back behind Troy Stone Street. So I'm not sure whether that was unforced or maybe a little bit of gizzing, but certainly I just looked back a shot and Dutchy just gone back a spot.
So it's an outbreak. Camera boys have picked that up, J-Man. Just outbraked himself down into, I think it's 4 or 5 there at the end of that little short shoot in the first sector. Really
had halfway. Man, everywhere you look, viewers, there is a battle going on, whether it be these front boys or Gunstone, Forbert, DeGraff, and also Dylan Radford going at it as well, and then a little bit of a gap back from those boys.
And there's this
back
lot.
to Jono Gibson, and it's the train. It is the absolute
It is
train.
seriously train. Like, I mean, it's a testament to these boys. Really, J-Man. It's only a short race, but look, it's like the end of the first lap. They are that close together. They slide all the way back.
Oh, yeah.
Halfway through the field. Impressive stuff.
So the front two just got a little air gap now on Troy Stone Street after that pass was made on Dutchy from Troy. These front two just got the slightest gap, but even Rian himself just looking to press on there. Last lap round was a 2:04.55. Perilously close to his best of a 2:04.
Oh, and we have a biggie coming out of the final there, J-Man. We actually caught it live.
Okay.
With, I think it's Marn and who else was that? Edgar. We're going at it down the back straight, and we will pick up on the replay here. But we did catch this one live, J-Man. Trading positions out of the final corner there. Edgar nearly tags the fence, gets it loose. And into Marn. Both cars destroyed.
Yeah. So settle down a little bit at the front now. If I go back, Davo, to back to Jono Gibson, not Durf, Callahan, Bradbury and co, that is unsettled, and that's an important thing. And Phil Carpenter currently sitting in the box seat for what would be starting off the front row in the second race. He's sitting in P15 right now, and a couple of Simblacks cars behind him in the way of Stefan Adams and Rob Carwood. Now, Stefan Adams is actually close enough to mount a challenge here and see himself maybe get that opportune position off the start of the grid for race 2. Obviously, reverse 15. Plenty to play for with just under 5 minutes to run left in the sprint race.
Exciting stuff, J-Man. Like we mentioned, as the lights went green, no time to take a breath here in such a short sprint race. Stunning field. Super quick. Stone Street nice work from Stone Street. You did actually call him at the top of the broadcast as well. J-Man slowly improving throughout the season so far. And Chevy badge on that car in the top 3. So nice work there.
Yeah, look. And he's starting to range in on Lob now as Lob falls to that just around that second behind Rian as well. So no time's ticking down. There's only 4 minutes left to run in this one, but he's going to keep the pressure on. And you've seen how quickly things can go south as we just witnessed with Heath Mann and co just before. And that incident will be, that ruling will go to a post-race analysis. That one, so just a little bit much to unpack there. Vanderberg, previous round winner here. He's in a good, strong 5th position right now too, Davo. So it's good-looking stuff at the moment there.
Absolutely. Stefan actually just sneaking past Adam's Carpenter, I think it was, actually.
Yeah.
There, and his teammate
Carwood
coming not too far behind as well. So, but yeah, a little bit of a snaggy exit back there at 5. Carpenter a little bit loose. Stefan quickly takes advantage of the situation.
Now 1.4 seconds for the leader with what will be only a couple to go. Hang on. No, it won't even be. No, it won't even be 2. It'll potentially be white flag round next time round, Davo. Looking at the timer. Oh, where is he on track? Just picking up on the leader now.
Across the line, J-Man.
Okay. Okay, so they will get another one. So Stone Street, what can he do? Can he dig into this deficit of Darren Lobb? Can he put pressure on the series leader? Stone Street at the moment, 5th in the championship. Darren Lobb obviously leading at the moment. This is all pre-drop round situation, so it'll shake itself out towards the back end of the season, but you can just see the performances week in, week out that these guys are making. Dion de Graaf currently sitting 2nd in the championship, finds himself 8th in this race, so good performance, but a lot of company from Dylan Radford has Dion de Graaf in the Simblacks Mustang. Just want to check back in on that Stefan Adams, Robbie Brab. Oh, it's actually very, very busy down there. Very busy. Stefan Adams finds himself going up a couple of spots into P13, or he's still side by side actually with Ross Watson.
Plenty going on back there, J-Man.
So Ross
Plenty
Watson
going
finds
on.
himself in 15th. Okay, so looking at this, time is running down. Where is Rian? Okay, he is coming down to the final sector corner. Still got 30 odd seconds to go, so he will come round and grab the white flag. There'll be one more to run home. The podium looks to be quite set at the moment for the sprint race. De Graaf still holding off Dylan Radford, Davo.
Yes, only just. But yeah, working hard, those boys. You see Dion there, plenty of tail out on the exit of 1. Great control, car and throttle control there, J-Man. Very nice stuff from these boys when they're really on it. They're spectacular to watch.
Tell you what, good little battle going on with Robbie Bradbury, Ross Watson and co. Because like I mentioned, you know, the importance of this is if Bradbury can grab Watson for 15th. That'll see him
Well,
elevated to first position off the start of the next race.
He's giving it a red hot crack.
He's searching.
But it's Carwood chasing Bradbury there, the Simblack's car. Looking.
It is Rob Carwood chasing Robbie Bradbury and Ross Watson. So let's try and pick up on our leader. Where is he? Okay, so he is coming down to turn 16 as we speak. Got a good healthy lead, 1.6 seconds. Has Rian Leonarge over Darren Lobb, Troy Stone Street, Dutchy, Vanderberg, Michael Gunston, Forbett, DeGraff, Radford, Gibson. That's the 10. And then still with this battle further on, Davo.
Yeah, look, the fight goes all the way. We saw it just as we snuck past the 10-minute mark on the timer there.
Right,
the whole field looked like they were still in lap 1. So close. Lobb, Stone Street, Dutch, Vanderberg, Gunston, Forbett. Very close succession. DeGraff and Radford across the line for 8th and 9th respectively. Jono Gibson. And Dane. And that was Callahan, Adams, Phil Carpenter in the background. Ross Watson, Robbie Bradbury, Rob Carwood, Leon Fox.
As Rian Leonarge lights them up, says we don't need those tyres anymore. We'll just leave a couple of 11s out there.
Nice.
Good stuff there once again from Rian, and obviously great performance there from the whole field. You see they fight hard to get into this field, and yeah, lots of passion out there.
Absolutely.
Race control not too busy in that little sprint race, but we've seen how much intent goes into the feature races, Davo.
Absolutely.
It's almost a gloves off situation.
It is 100% a J-Man. Look, full on, so fast and so competitive. These guys, like we mentioned, just really do not get a chance to blink. It is flat chat, 15 minutes, hardcore racing. So awesome stuff. Classic example. What a great race, J-Man. Look, we are just going to run through obviously a few things. We got to thank SCNZ for their Allports V8 Supercars Summer Series here in 2026. Awesome stuff. Obviously the sponsors GAMAFLARE and Allports. Always on board with everything SCNZ and MATCHFIT as well. Delayed broadcast to Sky TV, ladies and gentlemen, Sky 83. So don't forget those guys, J-Man, and as always broadcast by MATCHFIT Entertainment, Davo and J-Man on the mics, ladies and gentlemen. Do we want to have a quick look at the points? How long have we got? Here we go. Let's get some points up. There you go, guys. After round 7, Darren Lobb, 885, leading Dion DeGraff at 796. A little bit of a gap back to Pepperroll, who isn't actually on track tonight. So you will see that little gap change. Roger Forbett, should I say, in 4th. Stone Street.
Michael Jones,
sorry, Jamie.
Yep.
Thanks for
Yep.
you go.
Yep, Fitzy in 7th, Michael Gunstone in 8th, and you can see there's some absentees there, so obviously drop rounds do come into play. Pete Vanderberg in 9th, Andrew Dutch in 10th. We go to Scotty McKenzie in 11th, Bradley 12th, Taylor Mitchell in 13th, Sean McNamara 14th, Shane Edgar 15th, Rian Leonarge, obviously the latecomer to the series, already up to P16, and Jono Gibson 17th, Daryl Callahan 18th, Robbie Bradbury in 19th, and then Josh Thompson, the Send It guy, is in
The
the
Send
20th.
It guy, yes, yeah, and a massive supporter of MATCHFIT, and carries a lot of MATCHFIT signage on his car. So big shout out to Jossie. I don't think he's on track tonight either. Or he might have got pushed back to the Div 2 stuff. But either way, big supporter, J-Man. I think warm-up is over. And we are going to have to get back to business. We've got to quickly shout out to the Quizzies with Flare peeps as well. They got some giveaways that we're going to get some more details to you, I think, next round, and let you viewers know how to sign up for that and get involved. So stand by, and that's a good reason to tune in again next week for round 9, ladies and gentlemen. But now, what we've got to do is get to the racing, and it's just about to start, J-Man. So I better get some vision on the screen for these people. Let's see what we got here. Cars gridded up. And then I've got to click this button here, and look at that, just like magic. Reverse top 15, J-Man, as always.
Yeah, and it puts Ross Watson, Phil Carpenter in a great position off the front row. But also, you know, when I look down through there, Stefan Adams in the Simblex car there as well, Daryl Callahan. And the lights are up, Davo.
Buckle up.
Green, green, green.
Green, green, green. Like the man said, and here we go, and look at the jump from Callahan immediately. Slipping past Carpenter.
Oh, can he make the outside line in one work?
Oh.
Look for the long way round.
It is on. Look at that Forbett Lob Radford thing going on in there. Oh, we got a tag there from, I think it might have been De Graaf, or one of the Extreme Auto Protection cars there. But everybody's still pointing in the right direction, and are they still looking?
Wow, that was Leonard into the side of, it may have been.
And that has bunched the field behind them, J-Man, even more than they already were. Lap 1 in the feature race here, round 8 at Sebring. SCNZ's Allports Supercar Summer Series, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a start, J-Man. What a start.
Yeah, fantastic start. And I'll tell you what, talking of fantastic starts, Andrew Dutch, obviously in a great position. He's right on the back of Daryl Callahan at the moment, and man, he will look to try and sprint away early. He'll know that the likes of Lob, Leonard and De Grafico will be coming.
They're on their way, that's right.
Yeah, but he has got serious pace here tonight, so could be a good option for the feature is Andrew Dutch. We've seen him in the winner's circle before.
Yeah, absolutely, J-Man, as we get off the roof and over the rear spoiler to Dion De Graaf's car. We have Michael Gunston, who's got his hands full with Lob. Gunston in this weekly sponsored car there. South Canterbury Removals, ladies and gentlemen. Remember that name, look them up if you want anything moved. Gunston.
Move coming up the front from Dutch. He looked to the outside.
Oh, he had a big look. Big look. Put it up. He's got the overlap. Callahan quite happy to let him have it. Maybe Callahan just wants to follow here. Not everyone starts well, do they, Jay? Some guys are good starters and some guys aren't. So some guys like to get in the groove before the pace starts to come. But it's good, clean start again. We had a little bit of a snaggy start in the heat race earlier, but super tidy stuff here in the feature, J-Man. Look at that field. Lap 2. Plenty going on in the background here. Some big, deep braking.
Aaron Lob very, very close to the back of De Graaf there.
Oh, Carpenter going backwards. What's going on there? Let's get a replay on that. Oh, unforced. Tough. Just this early in the race. Loses like 6, maybe more position. A tough gig for Firth. Phil Carpenter. I'm trying to just mash that together here. Oh dear. Past Gunston, so Rian just in that last lap has snuck past Adams and Gunston, J-Man, and here he is. Gunston, like, it's not over yet, young fella, but it is.
Yeah, and up the road, Darren.
Lob.
For an outside move.
Okay, who's that just sneaking into the pits? Dion de Graaf.
Yep.
Oh,
So,
we got a car around in the background. Sorry, J-Man, it's Robbie Bradbury.
Okay, who was that? Okay, Bradbury around. It's a shame.
Oh, is it unforced? A little bit of a tag there. Yeah, I think it might have been Stone Street actually. Might have just tagged the back of him just ever so slightly. Just enough to unsettle the cars like we have been calling all night. Very bumpy circuit here at SEBRING.
Yeah, and in the meanwhile, Lob trying to go to work now on Jono Gibson, and he'll be conscious that he's got to keep the momentum going because Rian.
Look at Watson and but Watson and Gibson are side by side now. Lob's just like, well, I can't go anywhere now. Oh, just as Watson just gets out of the road for Gibson.
Yeah, Rian went down there as well.
Oh, just immediately, just opened that gap, bam. Took advantage of it straight away. Immediate pressure on the back of Gibson. It won't be long before we see that number 99 car in the lead, J-Man, I suspect. But plenty going on all the way through the field. Let's get back to this action, which is the Gunston Stephen Adams fight. A little bit further back, just in front of that is what we were just looking at. And again, look at Lob on Gibson. Oh, it's gonna get hectic down the end here.
I just hold my breath there.
Oh.
And Rian got the box seat for this. Everything Lob sets up, Rian capitalises on basically.
Yeah. It's, you know when Davo and J-Man aren't talking, we're basically just going there like that. Like,
Look at this move from Lob here. I thought he'd run deep in one, and it was just literally setting up the run here. And now Leonard going down the inside.
And he locks. Callahan locks. There he is. Wow. Pressure. The pressure, J-Man.
Was it? It was...
unforced. Just pinched the ears.
It was actually Watson, wasn't it?
No. It was, who did I call?
Yeah, Callahan. It wasn't Callahan.
I think it was. Where's he gone? He's disappeared now.
No, he's in 19th.
That's him.
Really?
Yep.
Went that far back?
Yep.
Woo. That's impressive. Well, unimpressive for him. He will be filthy on that moment as those front runners just came through. But hey, the whole time this has been going on, those boys have been running 205s, 206s, and Andrew Dutch is out there running 204s and has got that margin out to 5.5 seconds. So albeit it's an impressive performance from Lob, Leonard and co, Andrew Dutch is just checked out at the moment. They've got work to do to try and chase him down.
Yeah, definitely Callahan. J-Man, that was tough. It's just that reverse grid had him up the front there.
Oh, look, he was stationary on that corner.
Yeah, he got stuck there. It's just like, just watch the field drive past him for a safe re-empty. Wow, there you go. Dutchy, however, out in front, J-Man. Stunning job. Lob now worked his way through those couple of stragglers, or what they would probably say stragglers. Obviously, we are not far behind. Jono Gibson tucked in behind in one of the extreme auto protection cars. Gunston, Stefan Adams, Roger Forbett, Nutdrift, Vanderberg, and Scott McKenzie rounding out the top 10 J-Man after nearly 9 minutes of racing in this 28-minute race. Wow, hectic stuff. It's like they were racing the 15-minute heat, J-Man, at the beginning there. It's just next level. Awesome stuff. But obviously, this is what comes with reverse skid racing, doesn't it, my friend?
Yeah, fantastic stuff. And look, these boys, they were role reversal at race 1. I'm looking at Rian and Darren Lobb, how currently sitting second and third. And I can imagine Dutchie's hoping that these guys get engaged in a battle. That margin was 5.5 seconds. It's now 5.2. Still a pit stop to come. Minimum of 2 tyres required in this one, and obviously a splash of juice to get yourself home on this one. We are approaching the 10-minute mark of what is a 28-minute race, so still plenty to play in this one. And these guys have made short work of getting realistic, from 15th and 14th respectfully up through the field, and now they come out of turn 16 down the big back straight there, and they can see Andrew Dutch up in the distance tipping in to turns 17. It is tight. It is really tight. Looking through the field as well. Good battle going on there with Pete Vanderberg and Stefan Adams. So good performance here for Stefan. Found himself in around 13th. As we see now, Vanderberg opts to just get out of the traffic now and go and get that compulsory done.
Yeah, close enough to halfway, isn't it, J-Man? And near enough, absolutely. And getting out of the traffic is always a good idea, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, now who else did that earlier? Did you say, I heard you say, did Dion de Graaf?
Oh, I think it was de Graaf. Very, very early in the race.
Came in early. Now he's currently sitting P20. He's just ranging up on the back of Heath Mann. Just quickly dispatching Josh Smith there.
What have we got here? What have we got here? No, that's not it. Disregard.
Right. Darren Lobb and Rian Leonards really going at it now. And you can just see that margin just slipping out a little bit more towards that 5.5 second mark. So anytime that Lobb's got a cover to defend Rian, that's just going to work wonders for the margin that Andrew Dutch is working with. So I feel like Darren Lobb's picked up on that line in and out of 16 there. He used a fair bit of track.
That one just there, yeah.
Yeah, that was a critical moment in the sprint race that Rian used. Just noticing, just on the audio with Rian, just shifting down through the box, I just wonder whether he's using a bit of Gizzy NASCAR technique there and just clutching in on the downshift and then holding it a little bit longer, because the car goes very, very quiet on the downshift. So obviously these things with the gearbox set up the way they are, maybe he's just avoiding that chatter under downshift and brakes into the corners.
Quite possibly, J-Man, as we just see a flurry of pit stops there. What do we got? Mann, de Graaf, Zalowski. Oh, God. Zalewski. I'll get that right. We got Watson, Forbett, Gunston. A whole bunch of drivers now in the pit lane. Looks like bloody Coles on a Saturday morning there at the moment. Vying for a parking space. And It will.
Phil Carpenter, Dane Edgar goes down the inside there, looking for a 2-feet. Really just tried to line up. Sorry, mate, Rob Carwood as well, and it actually cost him because he got all sorts of crossed up on the way out under the acceleration zone. Worthy of a look. Put a nice inside move, actually, on Carpenter. Who was that? Yeah,
Let's have a quick sticky beak, Jamin. I think the boys have got it on the cams here. Oh, yeah, it's all going on there. Oh, we just got it a little bit loose there, Edgar.
Yeah.
Tucked in behind. It is Carwood, I think it was. Yeah. And now,
and now he's back behind Nolan. So as quick as you become the attacker, you get attacked. If you don't kind of get those little things right.
Absolutely. So obviously Nolan in the Jigsaw Projects car, J-Man, another one of the Chevys out there, rocking it just out of the 10th, just out of 10th and 11th position there, J-Man. Leader
in from P1 is Andrew Dutch. Goes for the pit stop, and that margin was creeping out quite nicely. It was out to over 5.5 seconds, and he decided to come in. So that releases Darren Lobb, because Rian also has come in at the same time as the race leader. So a bit of a battle on pit road, and we see Dutchy get away there. Rian's still on the jacks.
I think that was Gibson in the fence at the end of the pit lane. Have a look at Gibson's car at the moment, J-Man. It is destroyed. I can't...
Yeah, the front right isn't even rotating. It has got a busted front right on that.
I can't even pick it up on the replay.
Safety car? Did I hear safety car? Maybe.
That car is literally destroyed.
Maybe. What did I hear?
Wow. Okay. As he nurses that thing back to the pit lane, J-Man, Lobb in the lead, Gibson in second. Well, Gibson is still in second, but he hasn't pitted, and the car's destroyed. He's going, literally dragging this thing back to the pit lane. Here comes Dutch. That'd be Bradbury behind him there too. There you can see in the background, it's Rian as well on his way.
Oh, Dutchy can't go past him. Dutchy.
Oh, because there's a safety car out. Is there actually a safety car out, J-Man? I
believe, right.
I'm not sure why that does not show on my screen, but there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
That has caught Dutchy because he just got the call that he could be released past the car. It was going too slow.
And it slowed him. Yep. To Bradbury and Lineage.
Back,
yep.
Yeah, it's given back Rian all the margin that he needs.
Yep.
But I don't believe there's any passing allowed yet.
No, it doesn't look like it, because it looked like Rian actually just backed off behind Bradbury there too, because Bradbury got out a little bit. They just got past the injured car of Gibson there. Boy, so he hit the end of
Watch this. Sorry, David. Sorry to interrupt. Watch this. Darren Lobb coming out of the pit lane. Can he come out the control line ahead? Yes, he can. Where is the control line? Did he come out ahead? I believe he possibly did. Of Dutch? No, he didn't.
So Gibson actually put that car in the wall out of the final corner and has skull dragged that thing a whole lap to bring it back to the pit lane. Was in second at the time of the tag on the wall, so half break. Gibson back into 23rd, J-Man, as race control, as J-Man's alluding to in the background. Oh, he's yelling at me. It's trying to sort out the order here. Is that correct, J-Man?
Yeah, sorry, mate. I'm just bouncing away in between yourself, live, and
race control.
Believe, yeah, Dutchy is catching up to the safety car. It is out there. Steve Darren is out there.
Is it Steve Darren, is it? Here we go. Steve Darren in the truck, in the pickup. The pickup
and
safety
I can tell you they've got to adjust their order. Darren Lobb did get out across the control line before Andrew Dutch.
Well, there you go.
That was a well-timed pit stop. So you're going to see a switch of positions there where you will see Darren Lobb jump into P1 and Dutchy will address that and go down to P2. So look at that. Dutch, Lobb, Leonard, Gunston. Okay, there was another one as well. Car 6 and car 99 have to amend their position. So obviously some really, really tight stuff at the control line, viewers.
So here's the change of position there. You can just see it on screen. As Lobb sneaks past Dutch there on the back straight. You can see Rian Leonard in third position, Gunstone. So it is bunching the field here. This will be a 10-minute, pretty much a 10-minute, oh, probably less actually, sprint to the end. She'll be short. She's going to be short.
7.5 by the time that safety truck peels off. Oh, man, what can we do? Can we get a message out to Steve Darren and see if we can get that thing all sorts of sideways when he brings it back in to peel off and release the field? Those things look spectacular sideways.
Yeah, maybe it needs a jump, you know, to jump over the... Oh, I don't know. So at least one more lap will we see behind the safety truck as the field, and it looks like the field is actually all caught up. Where are we back to there? Michael Jones. Looks like McNamara's in the pits, and that car is not looking healthy either, mind you. So 28 cars, or actually, well, just less Sean McNamara's car will be 27 cars remain on the circuit. It tucked in behind the safety car here.
Right, just boosted up to race control, tried to bribe the safety car driver to put on a bit of an expression session. So watch that space. He doesn't want to bin it in front of the field, but we'll see how good he is.
Mate, it's not just in front of the field, it's in front of the whole YouTube audience, and then delayed broadcast to Sky 83, mind you, as well, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome again. Let me just give a shout out to Channel 83 Sky, as well a J-Man while we're here, and circulating around behind the safety car. Thank you, GAMAFLARE, as well, of course, as always. It is round 8, should I say, in the SCNZ Allports V8 Supercar Summer Series. Here, ladies and gentlemen, you can see our sponsors across the bottom of that banner.
Safety car's away, Davo.
Safety car is away, so we are going to get quick smart back to the action. Any moment. And just remember to tune in next week for more details about the Quizzies giveaway. Look at this, Mazda R3 bundle, some iRacing subs, and some iRacing gift cards. So stand by for some more details on that next week. And we'll let you know how to sign up for that. So stick around.
Steve Darren getting the safety car, all sorts of sideways, Dave. I don't know if you witnessed it, but he tucked it in there for us.
Awesome stuff. Just gonna get a quick replay on it here, actually, for the viewers. Oh yeah, gets it out in the grass. No mucking around. Not sure when these boys are gonna go. Oh look, we'll just.
They're into it.
They're into it. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go back because it is green. And we are up the front. Darren Lobb has got the pedal to the metal. Dutchy's got plenty to think about in behind.
Yeah, he will be absolutely filthy on that safety car. Came in with a 5.7 second lead and just lost that lead at the control line by way of Darren Lobb, just being out that lap later and probably in a slightly better position when the safety car was called. There's always going to be winners and losers with safety cars, and certainly Lobb got the better of that battle, and it'll be up to Dutchie now to see what he can do. But man, he has got Rian Leonard behind him, and he'll be all fired up for this final 4 minutes left to run. That's only a couple of laps, Davo, to get this business done.
It absolutely is. Plenty of action going on, and what a fitting way to cap off round 8 with this sprint run to the end.
Stick with him, because I reckon there's a move coming, and it'll be up there at turn 10. He'll have a big look down the inside.
Oh, he's onto it. Dutchie did. I don't even know whether he covered there, J-Man. Just had the measure under the brakes there.
Yeah, I reckon he rolled it on and a little bit quicker through the middle that time just to cover that off. But we've got another one here as they come up in and out of 13. Now, a little wag of the tail from Rian there, just trying to get all that power down. He knows the importance of what this next lap and a half means in the grand scheme of things, but these boys are operating at 10 tenths right now.
We just look over the rear wing of Andrew Dutch's car there. You can see Rian soaring at the wheel. Plenty of wheel work. It looks all very smooth and controlled from the outside. It's pretty hectic in the cabin. And look at the run.
Look at the run. Yeah,
wow.
He has got a good run. And Dutchie gets out of it straight away.
Wow.
So do we see, what do we got? No, we've still got 25 and a half minutes. So we've got a couple more. What can Rian do with Darren Lobb late in the piece here? Safety car really has changed the look of this thing at the back end. DeGraff all over the back of Shane Edgar as well. Now it is really, really tight through the field. That safety car has certainly bunched things up. We certainly hope safety cars don't breed safety cars late in the piece here. Davo, what's the call? What can
Edgar round, go round, down into 5 there at the end of the straightaway. Did he get a tap? Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe, I don't know whether he saw that car on the inside of him. Looked like he turned down a little. Tough gig for Edgar. Multiple positions.
Gunstone can see the podium just up ahead of him. He knows that this will be the final lap coming.
Oh, top effort from Gunstone, actually. He's in a really good position here.
Yeah, it's a great way to
up 6 positions, J-Man, for Gunstone.
Yeah, great way to spruik the weekly sponsor as well, mate. 100%.
Oh, hell yes. Remember, South Canterbury Removals, ladies and gentlemen. Represent, get over there, call them up. If you want stuff moved, those are the guys, J-Man.
Absolutely.
So yeah, nice work from Gunstone. And what a round to shine on, actually. Big weekly sponsor. Just quietly, ladies and gentlemen. So nice work. What are you looking at there, J-Man?
Well, I'm looking at the performances, in particular of the top 3, the last lap round. 204.13 for Darren Lobb, 201.415 for Leonard, and a 204.11 for Andrew Dutch. So he was the quickest of the 3 on the penultimate lap. And he is right on the back of Rian now. So any little slip-ups, he is still right there.
It's a
The straight line
massive
performance
from Stone
Davo.
Street there on De Graaf as well. Not giving up. De Graaf going Nolan. Looks on the inside. Nolan covers. Goes to the outside. Makes him vulnerable to Stone Street here. These guys very close. And all vying for the same position here.
It's tight. It is tight.
Hey, look, and these guys are chasing 15th, right? So this is the middle of the pack. And these guys are racing like they're going for first, second, third. Look at this! Oh, De Graaf! Look at the body language of that cart. Snaking all over the road.
Yeah, he is trying and trying hard. And we do have the podium coming out of the final corner. It was a great effort there for Rian chasing down Darren Lobb, but Darren Lobb is going to grab the checkers here in the feature. Does it by around 3/4 of a second over Rian Leonard and Andrew Dutch. Not too far behind from there. And as you mentioned, great battle going back there at the moment with De Graaf, Stone Street and co. That is a very, very tight battle. But anyway, carrying on that grid, Michael Gunston 4th, Forbett, Vanderberg 6th, Scotty McKenzie 7th, Dane Nothdrift in 8th, Stefan Adams with a nice top 10 there, P9, and Brake Greenhall rounds out the 10. So another super performance there from the field. I mean, if it wasn't ramped up enough before the safety car.
It definitely did after, absolutely, J-Man. Epic stuff. As always, as the boys do the obligatory, celebratory burnouts, ladies and gentlemen. Awesome stuff. What a great round once again, J-Man.
Yep.
As I suppose we need to start thinking about dragging some of these boys down here for a chat into the comms booth.
Yeah, well, we have got B3 there already waiting in the wings, and look,
Perfect.
it will just nice to dissect. Obviously, great performance in the sprint race. Andrew Dutch, you got us on comms?
Hello, boys. How are we?
Mate, we just witnessed another fantastic race here at Supercars NZ, and yourself in the thick of it for both of them, for the sprint race. But hey, that second one, action-packed, and a little bit of drama late in the piece with the safety car. And look, it must have been close to the control line, Dutchy.
Yeah, look, that safety car killed me.
Yeah,
I think I was out to like near 6-second lead.
you were, mate. You were 5.7 and in control.
Yeah. Came at the wrong time, and then obviously coming around after I pitted, I got stuck behind. I think it was Jono who had damage, and we just had to wait until race control gave permission for me to go past. So that kind of, if I didn't get caught up in that, I would have got past Lobby. But still, you know, him and Rayhan both had better pace than me by a few tenths around here. So I don't know whether it would have made much of a difference. But yeah, look, I was praying once I got to that 6 seconds that there was no safety car. And yeah, hey, I done better than last week.
Yeah, look, I still think that was the catalyst, mate, because we watched it and I thought you were super disciplined in that moment. I was on with you live. I saw you come up behind Jono Gibson, had a busted front right, and the discipline to just not want to go through at the pace because he was literally crawling around. You sat there, you came out of turn 16, you got the go-ahead, but by that time the damage was done. Rian was not too far behind, and I think the difference being what that might have looked like if you had got there a split second before and left those two to fight. Because what we saw is around about a 5.5 second difference post pit stops between yourself and Lob and Leonard. And once they started trading, that's where you started growing out. They pulled it down to 5.2. They started battling and you pulled it back out. And I feel like that might have been, it might have been something that would have happened again once the safety car peeled out. Those guys could have gone to battle. You could have stayed in your zone. So it was unfortunate the way it played out, but nonetheless, still just a superb drive. I think that battle in the sprint race was great, and you put yourself in a great position, just being that spot up from those boys to really clear traffic, and you did have to work for it, but you did it nice and fast, and yeah.
I made a mistake in the sprint race, the heat race, coming into the hairpin. I missed my brake marker by probably about 10 metres, and it just didn't want to pull up on me. And I was lucky enough that I kept it on the track, but that let, I think it was Troy, pass. So I just sat there and just kept forth, knowing it was reverse grid. You know, it is what it is. And I got lucky at the start of that feature race. There was a bit of carnage in front of me, and I had a choice to go left or right, and I chose left, and that got me about 3 cars, I think, in one hit. So I made the right choice there, and yeah, like I said, I just wanted to get out into a lead, and because I knew that Rayhan and Darren didn't make any progress or much progress at that stage. So I thought if I can get in front of the boys in front of me, I can put a gap in, and like I said, pray for no safety car. But you know, it is what it is. I battled with the screen stutters both of those races, so I'm happy with a P3 in the feature.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And once again, another great way to bank points. Once again, Dutchy. So you know you just keep banking them each week in and out, and you know you just keep showing up, and that's all you got to do. And those safety car things, mate. You know, there's always going to be a winner and loser, and unfortunately you're on the sad side of it tonight. But I thought you still made a great performance of it, and penultimate lap. You guys all banked 204.1s, and it was a 204.13 for Lobby, a 204.15 for Rian, and a 204.11 for yourself. So coming into that last lap, there was a little push there from yourself, and really ranged up on the back of Rian. So it just showed the intent that you hadn't given up right to the very end.
No, look, I knew Rayhan was going to be quicker than me, and I thought I'd have a better chance of catching Darren if I was sitting behind Rayhan. But look, in all honesty, I'll probably let him go a bit too late. If I had to let Rayhan go a little bit earlier, maybe a lap earlier, we could have been on the back of Darren and all battling. But mate, at the end of the day, I'm happy with the P3 after last week. So yeah,
too right, mate. Absolutely. No, look, fantastic performance once again. You boys, week in, week out, keep stepping up. We're getting quite familiar with having a chat with you boys, because you're frequent flyers when you come down to the booth. So,
that's a good thing, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Mate, any day you get to have a chat to Davo and myself, mate, is a good day. So well done, Dutchy. Appreciate the chat, mate. Well done.
Awesome. Thanks, boys. Have a good afternoon.
Cheers. All right, so there you go. That is Andrew Dutch from P3, and we will have Rian, who was in the thick of it, had a fantastic sprint race, and an even more entertaining feature. Rian, you got us on comms?
Yes, I'm here.
Mate, great battles all night. You happy with that?
Yeah, I'd say I could have done a bit better. Was a bit all over the place on the race set, but I think my pace was good.
Yeah, well, the qualifying car was very impressive. Come straight out, fired the 3-1 in there. Where did that come from, or did you know you had that in you?
Knew I had a bit of pace, but wasn't exactly sure what I could do in these conditions. But yeah, I was happy with that lap. There was probably a little bit more I could have gotten out of it, but it was good enough.
Yeah, nice. So, look, once again, it's another week where Rian turns up and literally puts on a clinic in the first one, and I felt like you were almost going to do it in the second one. But look, big moment at the start of the feature race. I saw you there. I can't remember who the car was, but they sort of come across, and you guys were 3 wide, and would have been a scary moment there when you seen that car half rotated across your bonnet, Rian.
Yeah, it was a little bit unfortunate where my car was relative to everyone else, but I think that first sector on the track is it's always going to be chaos in a reverse top 15, especially when you're you're 2 wide, and then one car comes from one side, another car comes from the other side, and all of a sudden everything's gone to chaos. Yeah, but I think we made the best we could out of that start.
Yeah, and so going into something like SEBRING today, Rian, obviously we saw a fantastic performance from yourself in the weekend. Obviously joined us for the Phillip Island 500, and congrats on that as well. That was a fantastic race as well. Is there a big focus with how bumpy this track is on dampening and spring rates on this? Do you really get the toolbox going to work on a circuit like this versus any other week?
I'd say it's probably a bit different to other tracks, but for the most part, there's a certain type of track, like the bumpy tracks or the street tracks, and you sort of just pick a few things from there. You don't normally do a whole lot, especially in this car, as far as I'm aware. But definitely a fair bit of work goes into smoothness with being quite low grip, as well as the bumps.
Yeah, and so are you actually yourself tinkering with the spanners? Are you fine tuning your own sets, or are you just getting, somebody engineering the car for you?
Generally, it's Dad doing the setups for me. When he's
shout out to
busy
Dad.
and stuff.
Shout out to Dad,
Yeah.
Ben. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But when he's a bit busy or working, especially when I was trying to practice in this session, I had to do a few changes on my own. But obviously learnt a few things from him, and everything's done in-house.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. Oh, that makes it all the more impressive, mate, when you're doing stuff like that. So, like Dave said, shout out to Dad for jumping on the spanners.
Absolutely.
Giving you the best tools to work with, and it really did show tonight. I thought the straight line speed of the car and the line option out of 16, heading down to 17, was very impressive tonight. Put yourself in some good positions just on the setup there, going in and out of that turn, Rihanna, and I think you probably noticed yourself that it was a good option for you running down there.
That pace,
Just,
that run, yeah.
Yeah, definitely felt like that was my strong sector. I seemingly gained most of my time on pretty much everyone there. So that really helped me set up well to try and make some moves into the last corner or even into the first sector or two.
Yeah, nice work. Well, once again, mate, you've made it down for a chat with us, and you could have been down here twice if we were conducting interviews after the sprint race as well, because you had that one well in control, pulled that out to a nice 1.6 odd seconds comfortably. Once you broke the back there, Lobby had a good crack, but you had that one there, and then lots of work to do with this one, but came up to P2. So another fantastic performance, Rian. Thank you very much for the chat, mate, and no doubt we'll talk again soon.
Yep, thank you very much. Could I thank the sponsors?
Yeah, absolutely, go right ahead.
All right. Thank you to GAMAFLARE, MATCHFIT Entertainment, the Broadcasting Lounge, Sky TV Channel 83, of course, and HRS, as well as obviously Dad for helping with the setup and the pit strategy and all that. And thank you for you guys for putting on the show.
Awesome, mate. Well said, mate. You're certainly easy to have down here, mate, because you do it well. Your speech is as good as your driving, mate. So, looking forward to catching up again soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. I'll catch you guys next time.
Okay, that is Rian here from P2. Another fantastic performance, and just have a little chuckle dragging a guy down. We're getting quite familiar to talking with these days. Darren Log, got us on comms.
Jeez, we were talking computer tips there, and you guys just interrupted me. Hello, gents. How are we?
Well, that's how we roll.
That's it, mate, we're like we're the Sky team as well. We get priority here. So no, hey, look, another fantastic race. Starting off with the sprint race was a very, very good battle for the most part with Rian, and then obviously he just got away a little bit at the back end, but that race in the second one with the safety car. Talk to us, how confident were you that you got out ahead of Dutchy at the control line?
Oh, I was 100% confident. I could see on the relative where he was, and I could see the blue cone at the end of the pit. So, ordinarily you kind of just lift off and turn in a little bit before that blue cone. But I was flat taps all the way to the cone because I knew I had about 0.3, 0.4 on him. So I was pretty confident, but it's that typical thing when you're sitting in the car. The reality that you're living is sometimes a little bit different to what it looks like from the outside. So, it was just a matter of trying to call it in, and then, it was a tough safety car call. It was so late that I couldn't get into the pits, but Dutchy and Rayhan could. Well, I mean, Dutchy could, he was ahead of me on track, but when I heard them call, car needing a tow, and then somebody called towed without permission, I kind of at that stage didn't know what race control were going to do, so I chose to stay out, and Dutchy and Rayhan pitted. The minute they did that, and the safety car call was there, I knew I could short fuel, and I literally just needed enough fuel to cover the tyres. I would have been a bit devastated because I was pretty confident that entire lap that I did thereafter, kind of the in lap, that I was going to jump both of them and it was going to be a race to the end. And Ryan and Dutchy have both told me now that they actually got held up on the safety car lap by another car that had damage. So they would have jumped me by 2 or 3 seconds if they hadn't. And man, I tell you, I would have been in dark places if that had happened because I didn't anticipate that happening at all. So
Well,
anyway.
and you mentioned that too, Darren, it's part of the unwritten script. So, should you get a chance to go back and watch this, you'll see that, one of the catalysts for the way that it shook out was the fact that Dutchy was super disciplined in respect of when he got behind Jono Gibson, that he knew safety car would be called and he just held position behind there. And it was a very, very slow pace. And he waited until they came out of turn 16 and race control called it and said, yeah, look, the car's going too slow, you can come past. Yeah. What that meant for Dutchy, though, in real time is that Ryan had actually come in full charge pace, catching up to them, bridged that gap back. And given that he had a 5.7 second stop prior to the pit stops in the safety car, and it shrunk all that margin, but it bought you a free ticket based on that. You coming in late worked out an absolute treat, as it turns out, because they got held up. You got a free pass to what was probably going to be a deficit behind them all, and it shook out. So, like I said, it's unscripted, it is live. There's always going to be winners and losers. I fortunately had God's view when that was coming, and I was calling it to Davo, and I was pretty confident that you came across the control line before Dutchy got there, and then I was waiting for that to line up. I heard your voice on race control, asked the question, and I think you pretty much knew the answer was coming from there. And
yeah.
And I tell you what, it just makes for fantastic racing, but even better TV. I'm telling you, Darren, that was a fantastic performance. But not only that, the pace tonight, mate, you'd have to be proud of the performances that you put in. You chase Ryan very, very hard in the first race, and then that one there. Great pace in
2 minutes.
Yeah, the pace was okay. I don't know why I've just struggled at SEBRING in this particular car. I loved it in the old car, the Gen 2 or whatever it was. I found something here that's got relatively decent one lap pace, but it just becomes so difficult to drive across the stint. It's, SEBRING's a relatively bouncy surface. It's relatively low grip, and it's my weakness at the moment. I haven't been able to. There are a couple of tracks like that across the calendar that I just haven't been able to find a setup that just really works. I've erred on the stiffer side of kind of stiffer spring sets, and I obviously need to go back and do some homework on these lower grip tracks because I just think the stiffer springs just don't work here. You can pull one lap pace out of them. No. But I mean, even tonight, Ryan's qualifying lap was 0.3, 0.4 better than anybody else. And
very impressive.
By the time I knew I had to go in really deep, and it was just a matter of time to go. If I could get close enough to him in the hairpin, I was gonna have a crack one way or another. And I managed to get it stopped up, and then it was just driving my mirrors, trying to back him up into the rest of the guys. And then when I put my head down from then, he was just so much quicker than me that I was just making mistakes. And it's that little bit of contact and off you go kind of thing. One car doesn't get traction, and he just drove away. But yeah, the second one, I felt like for the first time I made good progress through the reverse grid. And when I got into about third or fourth place, I saw a car streaking away in the lead. I couldn't believe that it was Andrew. I was just going, shit, I felt like I got a good run through through the field there, and lo and behold, there he is 5 seconds up the road again.
Yeah, by way of him finishing fourth on the first one, just put him in a better position. Now, look, I know my producer's giving me the hurry up. I could talk to you for a lot longer than this. I can tell you now. Darren Lobb, congratulations on the feature race win. We appreciate the time that you take to have a chat with us, mate. And no doubt we'll be talking again soon. I will hand it back to my good man Davo to wrap up the sponsors in the show. Thanks, Darren.
Thanks, gents. Cheers.
Thank you, Darren. Darren Lobb, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, winner here in the feature race in SCNZ's Allports B8 Supercar Summer Series Round 8 here at Sebring tonight. And the bumpy Sebring that the boys were just talking about. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you, GAMAFLARE. Thank you, Allports. Thank you, Supercars NZ. Thank you, Sky83 and Quizzies with Flair. And we will see you all next week. I'm Davo. J-Man, we're out. Good night for now.
Bye for now.